Yeah, it's been a minute since I freestyled for y'all, so I'm ready to work. And I'm freestyling through my life. Oh my baby birthday. But then what? You called, I saw your face and it was absurd. I think that's it. Things are hazy when I'm in your presence. Unaware of the stresses of the day. I let them go, thinking lately about you and me. At 93. What? 93. Lately I've been thinking about us retiring. Just us two. Kids are gone away, they grown, but we still holding on so strong. Yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome to Phat Talk Radio live on IG. I'm looking for my host, which I'm sure she'll be here soon. Hello, honey. Hello, KarmaNianda. Unfairly, she is sitting in the car with me as well. But happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everyone is well, in good spirits. Man, I'm like riding a roller coaster, a wave of emotions today. So, but I'm here, and I'm here to talk to you guys about relationships. People always get excited about relationships, right, when the subject comes up, because we always think it's going to be talking about relationships with other people, right? It's like that's like the natural assumption that we're going to start it off and kick it off there. But as you guys know, I'm super into like self-love and loving yourself first, and I think that any healthy relationship starts there. It just always starts with you first. So as soon as Miss Watkins, as soon as Crystal Chantel joins us, then we will kick off this Phat Talk about relationships. Hey Tyrane, hey the Z girls, hello. Thank you guys for joining us. Everybody who comes back for the playback, as I always say, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Something I am going to be doing here for these lives, I will be putting my Cash App up there, so you guys feel free to donate to me or Crystal Chantel. This is something that we're going to really start getting the ball rolling and doing, hopefully, daily. So, yeah, I'll be right back with you guys. I'm going to play some music and wait for my host. I saw her on here, like, very briefly, and she messaged me and said that she was ready. Hold on 1 second. Boom. Ready. I'm ready. Speaking of that, let's do like a shameless plug. You know, we have the contest going on, everyone, for the Ready contest. And once again, I just wanted to stress, I got sent a really cool video yesterday of this guy drawing to Ready, and it was super dope. It doesn't have to be, I know you're naturally thinking of TikTok, so you got to dance to it, but it doesn't have to be dancing. It's just all about getting ready for the summer, you know what I'm saying, and having a fat summer. So it could be you washing your car. It could be you hooking up Sunday dinner. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I just want to see you ready and ready for this fat summer. So let me go back.
Let's get that music, will all around put a stamp on. Giving them headache, no Tylenol. Born on the course, so I got a ball. They don't mean me no good, so we fuck them all. Still I'm after a bag, after all, and I mean that. Getting to the money anywhere that I'm seen that. Hella high water count stacks at the resident. Right back at it on a hunt for them presidents. Yeah, I'm on a hunt for them presidents. Stay out my business, these fuck niggas meddling. Confidence, mean that shit honestly. Flipping it, man, I be tumbling. Mean what I say, so I don't gotta promise it. Anyway, any day, bullshit eliminate. Stand by the bag and the money, don't discriminate. Pussy niggas hate, yeah, anyway. Still getting to it, yeah, anyway. Plug through a pan that 1 minute zone, hit it to the end zone. Ring blowing up the phone, married to a dollar sign. Fuck shit, never mind. I be on the grind time, prime, so I'm on prime time. Speed to the money, I ain't never seen a stop sign. Hood nigga block mentality. Once a block, break it down till I make the whole damn block mine. That's a monopoly. I be on go, ain't no stopping me. Please do not fuck with my property. Told her to suck on me sloppily. Acrobat, now she on top of me. Then back attacking the money, no robbery.
I am soliciting. I'm going to solicit Space Cadet Music LLC to go live with me. And I am going to also solicit KarmaNianda to be my co-host. And we going to keep this train pushing because look, she over here looking like, I can't be on the radio today. No, I ain't ready. I'm not ready either. Y'all know me. I ain't got no earrings in. Would it make you feel more pretty if I take this head wrap off? And I just be sitting here looking like Kunta. Oh my God. I'd be like, Kunta. That's good. All right. Well, see. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Let's see if we can get our sound right. Hey.
I can barely. I'm waiting on. Oh, there you go. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to work through the glitches. Welcome, who is that? RNL Drip Guy. Welcome. So, our subject today is relationships. I think it's kind of fitting that you're here, right? You can speak about relationships pretty well, and I think that we'll do a pretty candid job of it. I have my best friend over here sitting in the seat. Boop. And then so best friend and husband. So I think that you guys are perfect, actually. Perfect to do this Phat Talk with. So first of all, let me ask you this question. How is your relationship with yourself?
Myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a unique question. My relationship with myself. I really don't know how to answer that. I mean, I love me. So, of course, I try to make sure that everything I do for me is in the best interest of me. So, I guess my relationship with myself is great.
What are and they're reliving traditions instead of individual needs. Okay, so we got women and men are afraid to express themselves, and they're reliving traditions. Well, so with my Phat Talks, this is what I'm saying. That we are going to definitely get into relationships between man and woman, but I want to start with relationships itself. And it was a unique question for the simple fact that I think that we all, as a whole, as humans, that's like the first thing we say. We all say, I love me. Why wouldn't we, right?
Right.
But there's layers to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's layers to that. So this is the next, not before that. Karma, how is your relationship with yourself? And you guys let me know if you can hear.
Initially, I didn't have such a great relationship with myself, and that in turn affect the relationship I have with other people. So over the years, I've grown to have a better relationship with myself, which, also made my outer world better by having that great relationship with myself now.
What are so this is my next question.
They want to see Karma.
I know they want to see
Karma while she's talking.
Then she said, give her a song. She said, look, because I don't care. I'm like, she can put on a paper bag. She's straight. But she's okay. She gonna get it together. So while she getting it together, this is my next question I'm going to ask. you. And by the way, everyone, this is my husband, G5, no parachute, and Abdul. That's what we call him at home. You know what I'm saying? But so,
Right.
what are some of the steps that you take to take care of yourself, to show yourself that you love you?
The steps that I take for myself to make sure that I love me. As far as fasting and clearing my mind, put myself in a position where I'm able to clearly think. Um, some of the things I do for myself to show myself that I love myself is to take care of myself. Like I work out. You know what I'm saying, I read. Uh, I'm always excelling, trying to be the better person than I was yesterday. A lot more better than I was yesterday, and so on and so forth. Just trying to excel at life. Period. I don't think that anything that I do is in detriment of me. So, for the most part, what I do to make sure that I take care of myself and I love myself is surround myself with people who mean me good. And when they give me advice that I might not like, I still listen, even though I may not respond to it. I'm receiving it, but it's always taken. So I try to surround myself with good people. Try to surround myself with good thoughts, and when my energy is off, to rely on God to make sure that I'm steadfast and doing the things that I need to do to be better.
Okay. What about you, Miss Anda?
Well, I just make sure I take time out for myself. I do things that I really enjoy doing. That helps. It helps me to learn myself more and to be able to do things that that's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
So
I'm not really.
this is so for me personally. It's when I'm around, because I'm empath. When I'm around a lot of people, I pick up everyone's energy, like including mine, and I'm already like I deal with anxiety, and I deal with sometimes I get claustrophobic literally in my mind. Like I could be in an open space, but if there's a lot of people, even in that open space, I become claustrophobic. So some things that I over the years have done to show myself that I love me more is just figuring me out, figuring what in what situations, how I respond and why I respond the way that I respond, so that I can respond differently. A couple years ago, I started dating myself, literally dating myself. Like the things that I wanted someone to do with me or for me, I started doing them for myself and with myself. And prior to that, my statement of me saying I love myself was just me getting up and doing the daily things like washing my face, brushing my teeth, looking myself in the mirror, saying, "Girl, you look good." You know what I'm saying? But I started to peel back the layers and go deeper than that. Like, why do I feel like I look good today? Because yesterday I didn't feel like that. And why did I feel like I felt yesterday? And sometimes it's like just dive for me, loving yourself is sometimes just diving into a rabbit hole with you. You know what I'm saying? Just you, because you have so many different layers to you. And that's why people say you'll never know. You can never truly know someone. They say till you live with them, but it's even beyond that, because if they're still trying to figure themselves out, then where does that leave you? And that's what I started feeling like. That's the question I started asking myself. Like, if you don't even know yourself, how can you invite somebody else in to love you? And what does that mean? And even with me being married now, I still ask myself that all the time. Like I tell Abdul, like, your happiness is not my happiness is not your responsibility. And I know sometimes I feel like, I don't know, how does that make you feel when I say that to you?
I feel like you usually tell me that when you're mad at me about something. It's never relevant until that point. Like if I done pissed you off about something, well, my happiness ain't your concern. I ain't supposed to be You ain't supposed to be the author of my happiness, no way. So I just gotta work on that. And I be like, man, that's some bullshit. But because I feel like at the end of the day, while I may not be responsible for your happiness, because God is always supposed to be, I feel like anybody that you surround yourself with and feed off their energy and they feed off yours, it is definitely their ability to make you happy or unhappy because you care about them. Like that's what I was saying earlier today. Like if you care about somebody, it's easy for them to piss you off because you care about them. They have the ability to make you vulnerable, whereas people you don't know, you got all type of walls and defenses already set in place to not give a damn about what they're talking about. With people who are innately or intimately connected to you, they can say one thing and set your whole day off kilter. So while I feel like you're right about me not being the cause for your happiness, or not supposed to be being the cause for your happiness, I also understand that it's my responsibility to know that because I am tied to you and understand that I'm beyond those defenses that everybody else is not, that it's my responsibility to make sure that I don't make your existence any less positive than it would be without me. So, yeah.
So, thank you for that, and thank you for loving me the way that you do, and continuing on though, because you got super deep on. He went there. He went there. Didn't he? He was like he was waiting for that question.
You asked.
You know what? I've never asked him. You know, honestly, to be honest with you, I've never asked him how that made him feel. I've just always known to, and I don't use it as a defense mechanism either. I actually literally be reminding myself, like in that moment, you could be doing other things to find your happiness in this moment, Natsuki. But instead, you have probably channeled your energy into this being, you know what I'm saying? Into just, well, why don't you? And I do. I think that everyone goes through that when they are, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, relationships, because it is a balance. It's a literal balance. So, next question. When you do enter into a relationship with someone, how do you continue to love yourself as wholeheartedly as you have been prior to the existence and still give them your all as well? And I'm going to let Karma answer first. Are you ready to be on camera yet?
No, I don't want to be on camera.
Yes.
I'll speak.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
ready. Mentally, I'm not.
She's not ready.
But,
okay. So,
but no, I will answer that question. Like, because the person that you are with, they're not supposed to take from how you feel and your happiness and your who you are. They're supposed to add to it. So, like, you shouldn't have to give a part of your happiness, your vibe, and all of that you shouldn't have to sacrifice that in order for them to be happy. If it comes to that, I mean, it may not be the person that you're supposed to be.
Right.
But,
okay. Yeah, the same answer, but I still would like to hear from Mel's. Like,
What was the question? I want to make sure I heard it right.
I was going to ask the same thing, but I was like, okay.
did you get lost? Y'all right? So, how do you balance? How do you keep balance? Oh, I'm so happy I'm on point. Clear. I'm more clear-minded than I actually thought, honestly, because I was like, I'm so scatterbrained today. But how do you balance when you enter into a relationship? How do you balance loving yourself as wholeheartedly and at that 100% that you was giving yourself prior to that person enter into your life, and then continue to give to them as well, without?
It's one of them situations like this. This is my motto for that. Me loving you should not mean that I love me less.
That part.
That is paramount. So I can love you completely. It's like the story about the well that we share sometimes. If I pour into your well or I draw from your, it's supposed to be vice versa. If I'm drawing from yours, I got to be pouring back into it. Or if you're drawing from mine, you have to be pouring back into it. So it's always a back and forth. So it's never one of the situations where one person is doing more or less than the other person. Because whenever anything is off balance, it always is off kilter. And when it's off kilter, shit falls apart. So I feel like I should be able to love you as much as I want to love you, but still be able to love myself and have you understand that while we are a unit, there's still things that I like to do outside of the unit that I was doing before the unit. So long as it's something that's positive and not something that's actually gonna hurt the unit. Like music, for instance, both of us do music. We was having a conversation a few days ago about business. Like I told you that I felt like two people who have two separate business step into this and offer help and step away from that, and it still be two people sharing it. Same thing. Like I don't feel like I should have to neglect my business in order to make sure you know that I care about your business, and vice versa. I feel like we're supposed to be pouring into each other and recognizing that we're pouring into each other. And that's a lot of times where problem relationships come in. People start taking certain things for granted. It's like, oh, he's supposed to do that because that's my husband, or she's supposed to do that because she's my girlfriend. No, you're not supposed to do nothing but be yourself. So anything that's outside of you doing the thing that you want to do, it's a gift, and it should be viewed as such. And that's on both ends.
Okay.
So,
would you like to add on to that?
No, you said it there. Well, I don't have anything to add. Like that's basically how I feel. Like you should be able to be yourself. You should be able to do what you want to, love yourself wholeheartedly, and then still be able to love that person also. You shouldn't take away from your love at all of yourself.
So, more oftentimes than not, you gotta go grab the food. Okay, I'm ordering food, you guys. I'm at this place. Let me turn this around so you guys can just see where I'm at. It's called Acapulco, right? And the way we found out.
that's how she got the camera.
Did she get in the camera? Very good.
She snuck a look. She
was like, she did.
I was trying to get the bottle of water.
She want to get the food. She look amazing today. She just tripping. But she's a vegetarian, so she brought me to this place. You'll try it out when you get home. But she brought me to this place for us to have mushroom quesadillas that are off the chain. Literally off. Are they
hallucinogenic or something?
Nah, they do. But they make you think you eat meat. They make you think you eat meat.
It ain't got no steak in it or chicken.
No. But your body ain't gonna miss none of that. We're gonna talk about that on another Fat Talk. Just the perception of food and the consumption of it, and what us as a people think is we need versus what we really, what we want versus what we need actually in our bodies.
I need some good food that has meat in it.
I don't know why. See, my mind is somewhere sexual because I was about to say you're somewhere sexual because I went so left field with that. I need some good. I promise. I was like, yeah, I do too, baby. What's that? What's that? You was thinking about girl. We bonded in that. We both was on the same page.
Right. I'm like,
okay.
Something wrong with y'all, both of y'all.
So this is Acapulco. Let me show you the place, you guys. This is in Birmingham, Alabama. And for everyone who plays this play, yes, that's where I'm located now. I am not in ATLers anymore. I'm in Alabama. So I'm gonna continue. You gonna go grab the food there?
Yeah, but don't put me on camera.
I'm not gonna put you. She think
I'm waiting till you turn it.
I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna put you on camera.
I'm taking my phone.
It's already around.
She gonna take her phone so I don't put her. I'm not. Okay, so more often than not, people say, at the end of relationships when they argue and everything, they're like, I did this and I did that and I did this for you. What are your thoughts on that?
Hold on, one more thing. Oh, did you put a name on it, or you just?
No, I just ordered it. I gotta go order it. Just tell her it's just 3 quesadillas. Okay. I didn't.
My thoughts on that are this, and I'm gonna pull from the Quran. The Quran says that you're not supposed to give in charity and then simply to bring it up in malice. It doesn't say that verbatim, but that's the spirit of it. It's pretty much saying that anything that you do for somebody, and you do it with a good heart and a good spirit, you do it for that sole reason, period. anytime that you do something specifically to say, you know, I did that for you, it wasn't ever given it was given with a motive, and the motive is bullshit. If you gotta do something for somebody simple to say I did this for you, or this is how you make yourself feel better, then you might as well do something for yourself and say fuck the other person altogether.
Have you ever?
Because it ain't working.
But
in my opinion.
But being 1,000 with yourself, have you ever found yourself being that person, like saying what you have done for a person at the end of a relationship, and feeling like you were in some way depleted?
In situations where I felt like it was one of those things to where, like I said, it was all guilty. It was one-sided. Like, if I noticed that I'm pouring more into a relationship, and after a while I decide the relationship is no longer good for me, then of course, when they get to talk about why, and well, why you feel like this, or what you mean, of course you're gonna speak your mind honestly. Now, I didn't do it to say I did it. But if you ask me a question, don't ask me nothing that you don't want to know the answer to, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's in my mind. Always. Like, so, yeah, if you ask me, well, why you feel like this? Why you feel like I didn't do this, that, and the third? I'm like, well, you remember when I did this, and this. And you said thank you. And later on, when I needed this, and this, and you was like, I can't help you. That's why.
Okay. I think that if I'm being honest and transparent, I definitely have been that person. But and that's another. I've definitely been that person. I've been that person to feel like at the end of a relationship, like, damn, I gave so much. But in all actuality, that's what set me on my path of self-love. You know what I'm saying? Because I started asking myself, well, why did I? Even in those moments where I might have felt like I was overextending myself. And I'm not talking about just in relationships with a male. I'm talking about in relationships with friends, you know what I'm saying? With best friends, or shit, my mom or my dad, anyone, you know what I'm saying? Just relationships in general where I've, not even it because I don't think relationships truly ever like seriously end. They might cycle back around, but wherever moment, whatever time it was right then and there, I found myself like, damn, well, I did this, and I have no, and it was never reciprocated. And that I might not have necessarily wanted the reciprocation from them, or thought that I like that, or was doing it for them to reciprocate it, but there was some thought of like, well, damn, I did do all this shit and there's no return. So I started to tell myself that you know, like, they're not the author of my happiness. They're not and it wasn't just like toward, like I said, this is not just in relationships with my counterpart. This is just in general. And for that, it helped me resolve to, like, when I'm in situations or in relationships, that, hey, whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You did that to make yourself, like, for your happiness at that time. Do you understand? Like you weren't doing that for him or her. You did it because there was a need for you, but be happy that you was able to fill that need, and not because you wanted a need, or later on down the line you might have a need that might not be met or filled. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to decipher through what you're saying, because the connection is bad. I think it might be on my end, but it's like, you know how it glitches and starts sounding robotic. So I'm trying to piece together the things that you said to make a whole thought, because I didn't hear all of it. But I think the gist of what you were saying is you did things in a relationship because you wanted to, but felt that it wasn't reciprocated.
Right. And so I stopped looking, like, I started telling myself that I am the author of my happiness, and that I'm doing these things not with no expectations ever that it will be reciprocated. That was the only way that I was able to stop being that person, feeling at the end of the relationship like, damn, I did all of these things. The reality of it is, and in most of my relationships, whether it be friendships or not, friendships or other, platonic or other, I was the giver. You know what I'm saying? I was always the one that was giving. And even in that, I had to start asking myself why, like, because sometimes you'll give just to be accepted. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, so that's why I'm saying, like, with for me, every relationship still has to start with self. It has to start with self, because if you are a natural giver, you know what I'm saying, then you're gonna know I can't put myself, like, when I see these people hovering around me, like, I need to remove myself from this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're hot tempered, like, a lot of people don't know, my husband will tell you, and Karma will tell you, I got a temper out this freaking world, like, for real. So I'm like, why do I hear myself talking over it? I was tweaking. I was like, what? I was like, what is going on right now?
Mushrooms. That was the mushrooms you over there eating.
I'm like, what is going on right now? What's going on? But yeah, I had to, you know, I had to start just studying me more. And so, unfortunately, you know, the big bust in my Phat talk today is that I still, even though I've found love and I'm in love and I love and all of that, it's still, my Phat talk still comes down to self-love. It's really, we're having a relationship with self first, because even if you, I consider my husband is Muslim. I am spiritual. We have Islamic household, but I consider myself spiritual. So even with the universe, you have to be aware of what you're calling out to the universe, because it's going to answer and send it back. And even I believe that God is a yes God. So like, he like, oh, you want some more? Oh, you think that you bad, you got this? Okay, well, let me show you how bad you are. You think you bad? Let me put a little bit more. He's a yes God, so he's gonna give you whatever you're asking for. So with yourself, if you start focusing on you and the things that trigger you, the things that might that you really just don't solidly like that. I have little pet peeves that people will be like, is she really tripping off of that? But yeah, like, I hate for shoes to be left in the middle of the floor. Like, I get up in the middle of the night, I trip over them. That would cause a huge argument later on down the line. We had a conversation, did we not, honey, about neatness? And he was like, and I remember he showed me, he was like, nah, I kind of got OCD. And for a lot of people, they'd be like, oh, I couldn't be with nobody who got OCD. I can't be with, you know what I'm saying? But for me, because I know my little, you know, he would call them my bougie ways. Let's call them that, my bougie ways. I know that that's okay for me to have somebody that has OCD. I have a temper, and I'm a dominant woman. So I need a dominant male. I need dominant friends around me. I need friends that's going to speak up and tell me, girl, sit your crazy ass down. You just doing way too much right now. I know that. Some people would be like, well, dang, your husband is an asshole and your friends is assholes too. But I'm an asshole. So I need, these are things that I've started understanding about myself. Off top, people think that I'm really sweet and just calm and submissive and all of that stuff. But I'm stubborn and hard-headed and all of these things. And I had to not only figure these things out about myself, but realize, like, after I figured it out, realize it and be like, oh yeah, this is me. So, Karma, what's some of the things that some of your triggers that you figured out about yourself that like, if you see when you're getting to know a person, when you are getting to know them, that you be like, oh, this ain't gonna work because this is just how I am?
A lack of authenticity. And what I mean by that, as far as like, I want a person to be wholly exactly who they are. I love people for exactly who they are. Because eventually, if they pretend to be something else that they're not, it comes out in small people, like forms. You see it all the time. But like, I love when people be who they are. It's no judgment zone, like, on my end. Like, also, that also ties into like lying. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if you the one out here and you threw a rock at the back of my head and you say, oh, I didn't throw that rock. I can't stand for nobody to lie to me at all. I don't care if you think it's gonna hurt my feelings or you think I may stop fooling with you. Don't lie to me. I respect people way more when they just tell me the straight truth, just straightforward. I'm straightforward. I'm gonna tell that person how I feel. I'm gonna tell that person what I like, what I don't like. I'm not gonna hint. I'm not going to riddle. I'm gonna say exactly what it is. I don't like nobody, even if I ask how they feel or something like that towards me and they lie about it and say, oh, I'm okay, but then really be mad and go talk, to someone else about it. I'd rather that, just say it to me, don't lie.
Right.
What else? I don't know, like, that's two of my most major things. Like, I want somebody to be who they are and I can't deal with lying.
Okay. And how about you? P5. Are you there? Are you with us?
Having technical difficulties. I cannot. Yeah, I'm here. I can see you, but y'all both sound robotic. So I think my internet connection sucks right now. Like I heard you ask me if I'm here, and now it's going back to the. I don't know what y'all talking about. I hear clips.
We haven't said anything.
But I will be at a disadvantage to answer anything right now because I don't know what the conversation
is. Well, we give it a couple seconds, and you tell me if it gets better. Why he got his hand up to his ear doing the whole like little. Huh? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Good.
I heard somebody giggling, so I think somebody said something that was funny about G5, so I had to revisit that later on today.
So, well, I was asking you, what are some of your pet peeves that that you've learned about?
I heard pet peeves.
Your pet peeves.
I heard pet peeves. Somebody write it out, type it out in the comments so I can read the comments and see what they're talking about. Make sure they ain't talking crazy about it.
What are your, let's just say, triggers, right? Triggers in or entering into a relationship. There we go. Oh, sorry. Thanks, who that baby? What's going on? She's dead. Sis, you so supportive. I love her, man.
Did you type it out?
Yes, yeah, everybody did for you. And we said his booty stank.
Let me see if I can scroll up.
We said his booty stank, and he like.
Last comments I see is Ty, Missy, and Ty. Yeah, my phone big so.
His booty stank. He wear leather in the summertime.
I heard that.
I stay clean. Got to wash up. I know I'm looking scruffy, but I've been fasting for a month. That's why I look scruffy right now.
That just remind me of Friday After Next when he was like, it was cold that summer. It was like, my dick is better than yours. He was like, it was cold.
Okay, I can hear you now. So ask me the question before I mess up.
All right.
I can't read the comments.
So the question is, what are some of your pet peeves and your triggers or pet peeves in a relationship or entering into a relationship, like that you can like your telltale signs and the no-nos, the definitely like can't do it.
I like to be able to talk when it's a disagreement instead of screaming. I hate being screamed at. I hate it because it takes me to somewhere else. Like I'm in prison, so yeah. I get screamed at. I go into defense mode. Like I be ready to fight. So pet peeves would be unnecessary arguments. Somebody who don't take care of themselves. A no would be if we have disagreement and then come to a point where it's like, okay, I apologize, you apologize, or we apologize together, and then the person want to bring it back up and still argue about the same shit, even though an agreement has been reached, or even if we agree to disagree, and you want to keep arguing. I was like, look, man, I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't had no weed. I'm sober, so yeah, I don't need it.
So I do know that just being honest and transparent, like, so I don't like not being heard. And I have a very dominant husband, and I do get, I like I said, I have a temper. Like, nobody believes I have a temper. I have a temper. I have a temper.
Hold on.
And
Let's expound on me being dominant.
he tell me what to do, okay, y'all? Like, I don't like being told what to do. You can tell me what to do. It's just like you can own me. Like, I'm his, you know what I'm saying? But I don't need him to, like, be all, this is fine. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like being told what to do because I feel like I got emancipated when I was 15 years old, and I am 36. And I have been working this life out, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, some people, you do need to be told what to do, period. Everybody needs to be told what to do. Everybody needs to be told what to do because that's why we got God, right?
I'm sorry, I can't.
But however, it's a way. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell people what to do all day. That's my living. Like, I make a living off of telling people what to do, but it is a way. You know what I'm saying? It's a finesse to this. And if you ain't got no finesse trying to handle the kid, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, man, it's like Rocky in this camp. You know what I'm saying? It's like Rocky faces Drago.
When I tell you what to do, what is it in reference to, though?
Okay, so let me tell you another thing. So he just said that, I'll expand on that. He said he don't like people not to take care of themselves. Although I do take care of myself, I am like the fattest, skinniest girl you will ever meet. So I don't like to eat. Like, he get on me about eating. Karma get on me about eating. My kids get on me about eating. I go, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to pass out because I didn't eat.
Right.
So that's a real life thing. But that's not only things we argue about. We argue about music. We argue about our children. We argue about us. We argue about them bitches on Band Lab. We argue about yeah, because I know you remember that. We argue about them bitches on Band Lab.
They can see my face.
If they can see her face, Karma over here like that. But so who that baby said, don't talk at me, talk to me. Boom. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, don't like.
Right.
My dad, I be like, my dad.
Am I guilty of that? Am I guilty of talking at you and not to you?
Sometimes. Sometimes. And then another thing is, like, I can be very cold and nonchalant. But I'm not that way with people that I love. And I'm definitely not that way with him. So he be like, and he know that. So I care a lot. So I like, he get the tears. Karma do too. Like, they get all them tears and shit out of me. And I hate crying. I hate being like, oh, I'm on blast. That my emotions are where they're at that moment. And then so he has a way of me being super vulnerable and soft, and then he'll get cold. And then I'll be like, nigga, I get cold too. I be like, well, damn, I could have stayed with my G. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a G. You know what I mean? He might have a 5, but I am the G. And he just blows it. So that's what happens. She said, me too, shaking my head. So we the same. Yeah. I think it's women, black, I mean, probably just black women. You know what I'm saying? But we do. We do a lot. It's because we do a lot. We do a lot. So we don't want somebody, like, we're in 9 times out of 10, we are the authority. We govern ourselves. And so when we get a man, or, you know, love is love. So if it's a female or a male, but that is more like, that is kind of, we're matched. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're both dominant. We both got opinions. We both gonna speak our mind. We both gonna be heard. Boy, that could be some shit.
So that kind of go back to loving yourself for me, because back when I didn't love myself, I dealt with people who really didn't love me. So I had to take on that weight and I had to overcompensate. Oh, so
Right.
when I do get with a person that, you know, that's right there, that, you know, that's gonna tell me, right, do this, do that. It's like I'm not used to it.
Right.
And it's like I go back against it. Like I can't. And then I also had a thing still in the back of my head. It's like, okay, if I
give you this control, what you gonna do with it? Like,
exactly.
Wait. So I'm gonna give you.
That was gonna be one of my points. Like anything that I've ever told you to do, or anything that we've ever bumped heads on, there is nowhere in that. It's not even a maybe that you could be like, well, he telling me wrong. He telling me something that's not good for me. You
But
just don't like the delivery.
But I do. I come back. Yeah, I don't like the delivery. And I tell him that. So I'll be like, I don't like how you handling me. And then he'll fly off into this other stuff. Because he getting his feelings too. Let me tell y'all. He getting his feelings too. He like, oh, you don't like how I'm handling you? Oh, well, I can't do that right. And then that's another thing. So I err on the side of when I don't like how you telling me stuff, I'm going to let you know. But I'm going to let you know it's like overkill. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? It'd be like overkill. Like, and then I'd be sitting there like, I didn't have to go that far. It didn't have to go that far, but I went that far. And sometimes I laugh at myself for going that far. And sometimes I hope that I can will myself back because of how far I went. But it's like Carmen said, like you have this, it's something in us that, it's like a defense mechanism. And it's because in the past, same thing with her, like I didn't love myself. I allowed so much to happen, and I entrusted myself and my heart with people who were just lousy and didn't mean me no good. So they was like, oh, you gave me your heart? Oh, whoa, let me catch it. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, damn, we gonna get it up off the ground, dust it off, and here you go, you want it back? And I'm like, well, damn, I gotta take it back because it is mine, but motherfuckers ain't gonna get that chance again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can get there. You gotta agree to disagree. Do you ever really though?
No.
Do you ever really?
That's a lie. Because look, one person say, okay, I'm just gonna agree to disagree. The other person like, well, that's cool, and I still gonna say what I'm gonna say. So you gonna listen to this shit even if you don't like it.
Right.
Still gonna have yours.
I agree to that.
I feel like arguments are they help in a relationship because first of all, it lets you know what it tempers you. It lets you know if this person is somebody that you feel like is worth whatever bullshit y'all going. And I say bullshit in the light of it being bullshit in your head. You know that you love this person, so it's not bullshit. It's somebody you actually dealing with. But if it's perfect, what you going through? Like, is this somebody that you don't mind having these arguments with, even though you don't like, or is this somebody you like, man, you know what? I don't even like you that much. Man. You gotta go through this shit no more.
Right, facts. Yep. I remember our first argument. Do you remember our first argument?
Yeah, you beat on the table in the kitchen over some shit that I ain't had nothing to do with.
He always say that, y'all.
And your sister was present. She like,
he is jobbing. Right. And let me tell y'all, he jobbing. Like, he jobbing. He always he always say that I hit the table like it was this big theatrical scene, and what it really wasn't though. Like it was.
I wish your sister was here. It was. Okay,
so let me tell you. I'm not gonna tell y'all exactly what happened. But what I am gonna say is this. I'm gonna say that G5 has a way. Hold on one second. G5 has a way of making everything sound good, and if you done heard his music, you know I ain't lying. Okay, you know I ain't lying.
That's a lie.
He got a way of putting words together, and you know what I'm saying? He can sell a slab of pork to a group of Muslims because he can make shit sound so smooth. But he'll be ass wrong sometimes. Like, I'm being real with y'all. Like, he'll be like, or how he has said it, his delivery prior to, he might have got a little sloppy, but he'd come and clean it up real quick. And for me, I love him so much that I'm not the wife that keeps track of what we argued about. Unfortunately, my husband does. Like, I don't be remembering shit I said. Okay,
I got a good memory.
I'll say something.
It's not about the argument.
I say whatever, and he'll come back and kick my ass with it. Like, no, you said woo, woo, woo. And I can't even remember the conversation or the argument or why I said it. So to me, I just have to lay down and agree with it. Well, that one time, I remember what the fuck he said. So I hit the table like, no. Hell no. He always be making shit sound, and I laid it out for her. And then so my sister agreed with me. She didn't understand why I got so upset in that moment, but it was just like I was super flustered from everything. But she even said, like, you do. Like, when I explained everything to her, because we ain't gonna talk about what happened, she was like, yeah. She was like, and what's wrong with you? Because usually you keep all your words airtight. And I, for some reason, in this marriage, and I can't do it. He gets me flustered. I can't get my words together, which makes me even more upset because I'm so intelligent. He'll make me feel like I'm like I didn't go to school and get no type of degrees ever in life. I just be sitting there dumbfounded, and I'm mad. That which enrages me more. Okay. I do. I be mad, man. God damn it. I be like, no, because I know I said, but then maybe I didn't say that.
She done asked kids before. Did I say that? Yeah, mom. Shit. And she'll be telling me the whole day, I ain't say that shit. Yeah, you did.
I do sometimes. I am like that. I have my ways. But
right.
You guys, everyone, I want to tell you guys I appreciate you for sitting in with us and having this fat talk. Both of my co-hosts, my guest co-host, KarmaNianda. You guys make sure you follow her. Or what? Yeah, you still got an Instagram. She took away her band lab. But KarmaNianda, G5 No Parachute. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone that has sit in. Everyone came and left. Everyone that's going to do this playback. This was I enjoyed the show. I hope that everybody else did too. And I'm looking forward. Let me get this son where she don't want to be on camera, but she got these pretty braids. I'll show y'all her braids. So
They finna go right now.
Anyways, you should just say hi. Say hi. There she go. All right. But she going to the beauty supply so she can get it right, get it tight, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Saturday and talk to my husband, see what his thoughts was about this.
I was supposed to be making music.
Oh, he sound like a robot now, y'all. That must have really been the cue to let him go on. But while he's cycling back in, I'm pretty sure he's gonna say when he gets back. Oh, sorry. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with Crystal Chantel, which is my actual co-host of the show now, and we'll continue this talk about relationships. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about narcissists, and we're going to be talking about toxic relationships in general. And I'm excited about that. I'm really excited to have this series of Fat Talks and for it not to be so cliche and be done in February. Relationships are happening year round. The reason why I chose personally to do relationships is because it's about to be summer. And usually in the summer, people go through this transition of like, are we gonna make it? Are we not gonna make it? I think I want something else. Everybody get naked and getting to looking all delicious and delectable. How you say that word? Delectable? Baby, how you say that word? Delicious.
Delectable.
Your phone breaking up. Wait, it's breaking up. He's cycling around. I think it's Somebody tell me how to say it. Delectable.
I can't even type, so I don't know what's going on right now.
It's breaking up bad. Okay, try it now.
I said the word is delectable, but
Nope. Nope, it's still messed up. But y'all know what I mean. Everybody, sorry. So we got cuffing season. It's not cuffing season. It's uncuffing season because summer is here, and I think I've always been the type. Before I got married, I was like, if you're not checking for me in the wintertime, definitely don't check for me in the summer because I'm having a great summer. Okay, I'm gonna have a great summer. I'm going out. I'm gonna be eating with this person and that person. What'd you say?
You still do that?
I still can do it. Not how I used to do it. You know what I'm saying?
You still do it.
Nah, I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? Then you hear the song that was playing when it came on. It's called Retirement. I turned in that card. I'm happily married. I am. I'm very happily married, y'all. And I'm so happy that I don't have to go through cuffing season and I don't have to go through the hot girl summers anymore. Okay. Now we just have fat summers. Everything is pretty hot and tempting. So definitely I'm still gonna be in my nice gear like you could check for me, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't checking for you. You guys check in with me tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for us to have another fat talk. This, like I said, I hope this will be a daily thing. And this is what God wants me to do, so this is what I'm doing, y'all. All right, I'm Lady Keys. That's G5 No Parachute because he can't speak up for himself right now. And that was KarmaNianda that was also guest hosting with me. And I appreciate all of my fatties that tuned in and that's doing this playback. All right, y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Bro, hey, who that baby? Hey, for sure, you guys, y'all always are so supportive. Like, one day I'm gonna have a fat talk with y'all on here too, so we can all just talk about it. I'll talk about everything. I actually, hold on one second. Let me see something. Let me see. Yeah, it's not working. But I forgot that I can have a room chat, a group chat. So maybe tomorrow, if you guys are tuning in with me, Tyrain and Who That Baby, maybe y'all could go live with me as well, and we can all just talk it out. All right. Y'all have a good Saturday.